One of the reasons people are confused about the Bible is that there have long been those who claim to understand God in reality, but are not teaching God's ideas accurately. It started with the serpent in the Garden of Eden. In Jeremiah's time, God noted the large number of false prophets that he did not send, nor did he speak to them. Two tests for distinguishing prophets were provided in Deuteronomy. In 13:1-4, regardless of miraculous signs, true prophets will only represent Yahweh, the God of Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob, and they will speak in harmony with prior revelation. In 18:21-22, those who predict future events in the name of the Lord must be 100% accurate. Jeremiah and Ezekiel were both sent against false prophets who were proclaiming things from their own imaginations, while true prophets will announce God's words in harmony with earlier revelation. Satan can quote Scripture, for he cited Psalm 91:11-12 when tempting Jesus. Jesus warned of false messiahs and prophets to come, who would deceive many. Satan disguises himself as an angel of light, and his servants disguise themselves as servants of righteousness. Paul warned of men who would arise from the ranks of church leadership and teach perverse things to draw away disciples after themselves. Paul warned Titus that there were many rebellious men, empty talkers and deceivers, who upset whole families, teaching erroneous things for money. In writing to Timothy, Paul said that the goal of teaching is love from a pure heart, a good conscience, and a sincere faith, but some have strayed from that goal, preferring fruitless discussion and making confident assertions about the law of Moses when they don't know what they're talking about. Paul warned of false teachings that originate from demons but are spread by men with corrupted consciences. Some will refuse to listen to sound biblical teaching that does not fit their predetermined narrative, preferring to look for teachers who will tell them what they want to hear. Peter said that false teachers would secretly introduce destructive heresies, even denying Christ, gaining large followings and causing Christianity to be ridiculed. In referring to Paul's writings as Scripture, Peter noted that there are some things hard to understand, which along with the rest of Scripture are distorted by false teachers who are untaught, unstable, and unprincipled. James issued a warning for teachers that they should take their ministry very seriously, for a stricter judgment is planned for those who teach. Paul reminded Timothy to take his teaching seriously, for it not only affected his salvation, but also that of those who listened to him. But those with a passion for the things of God, called to teach, cannot hold it in, and want to help others understand the good things of God. They should point you to Scripture and speak accordingly, retaining the standard of sound words from God's inspired spokesman. The Bereans gave us a good model to follow. Be willing to listen, but then check what is taught against Scripture.